Yeah, the truck blew up yesterday. The head gasket went, and don't really have time to do anything with it. So I put my ratty ass old Monte Carlo SS back on the road, and this is what I'll be driving. It's kind of a commuter. Then I got my other truck, a 2001 Ford. That's down at the farm. But this car's got a cool history. It was bought by somebody in Florida who was running dope up the East Coast, and then they got busted. The police impounded the car, made it into a dare car, painted it up, put it in car shows and stuff. When they got tired of it, I ended up at my friend's car lot. I was on crutches. I guess the car was about 10 years old. I was in crutches. I guess it was, I don't know, 2000? No, probably like 90, 98, 99. I was on crutches and kind of smashed up. So stopped by to look at a truck because I needed a truck to pull a trailer, and saw this thing. And he asked me to put some gas in some of the cars, move them around, put some gas in it. So I wasn't doing anything, wasn't working, so I did. And I got in this, and it was comfortable. So drove it back and asked him how much. He said $1,000. So I bought the car, and the door and the roof were white, and they had number 2s on them. The front and the back were black. It was kind of painted up like a race car, like a police race car. It had like, right there behind the back window, it had like a "don't drink and drive." Like wherever there would be a sponsored decal on a race car, they had some kind of police slogan like "don't drink and drive, don't do drugs." Under the spoiler on the back, right there along the key, it said this car was impounded from a drug dealer. So I brought it home, planned on stripping it and painting it and just driving it, because I didn't have a car at the time, just like, I don't know, 6 trucks or something. And the kids were all little, and they were like, "Cool, we got a race car, we got a Dukes of Hazzard car." So it stayed that way for years. Probably like the first 10 years I had this car, it was painted up like a crappy stock car. It is fast. I didn't do anything with the motor because the motor ran fine, the trans was fine. But I relocated the shock absorbers. I put on bigger sway bars, better tires, basically just clean the thing out. Thing's not going to do it now because all those old bushings and everything are on their way out. But it used to corner like a son of a bitch. I mean, I could out-corner Porsches and things with no problem, pretty much anywhere. Got chased by a lot of cops with this thing, and just get on a windy road and just floor it, and they just disappear in the back window. Yeah, and then finally the car was so smashed up from sliding off the road at too high speeds. The doors were all just crumples, kind of from front to back on both sides. The windshield was broken. The spoiler was all busted up. Surprisingly enough, the nose never got hit. Never drove head on into anything, just sliding on the around turns. But so I put it back together probably 10 years ago and painted it black. And then my wife thought it was pretty, so she kind of took it over. And then the kids got their licenses, and they all took it over. And then finally, there was a dead player in the backyard, and I started working on it, and it's back up and running. Just made a little over 100 miles one way at about 75 miles an hour without any issues. So keep it on the road. I got my old car back. Feels good. So that'll buy me some time to put the head back together on the 86 Ford. So if you see this thing coming, you know it's me. Have a good day.